At WCW Starrcade 1997, Hollywood Hulk Hogan from the NWO defended the World Championship against Sting. At the time, WCW was beating the WWF, now the WWE, in the ratings. WCW was the hottest wrestling company in America. A big reason why the WCW was so hot at the time was the NWO storyline, which started in 1996 and then carried over for many, many years until the company eventually went out of business. But at this time, it was still a hot story, and Sting's resurgence as this black and white crow-like character was a big deal, and everybody was anticipating this match. Now, in real life, before this match even begins, apparently there was a lot of shenanigans going on regarding what the outcome of this match would be, because placating Hogan's ego was very difficult for Eric Bischoff to do, in addition to making Sting happy and the fans happy. And apparently this was a sign of WCW's immense internal problems. Apparently earlier in the day, behind the scenes, referee Nick Patrick was told multiple finishes to this match. First, Eric Bischoff told him a finish, and then Hulk Hogan came up to him and told him to count a nice, slow 3 count. And then apparently Sting also came up to him at some point and told him to make it a quick, fast 3 count. For the #1 wrestling promotion in America, having so much difficulty deciding what the outcome should be for the main event of their biggest year is insane. And it kind of explains why only a couple of years later, this company disappeared from the face of the earth. This match takes a long time to get going. Like, the first 10 minutes are basically them cat-pawing at each other. There's basically no action at all. There's tests of strengths. There's, Irish whip here. Hogan goes outside the ring and yells at the fans. It's basically like a house show match. And this is supposed to be the main event of their biggest show of the year. And this is like the biggest year in the company's history up to that point. They're beating the WWE in the ratings, and this is what they're giving the fans. If I was there live in attendance, I would be pretty mad. And most of these fans are pretty much sitting there quietly. It's not like they're super into the match or anything. I think they're bored too. Okay, this match is terrible. Like, Hogan and Sting are fighting outside the ring for like a minute or two. And then Hogan throws Sting back in the ring, hits a big boot. He goes like this to the audience 3 times, hits the ropes, does the leg drop, and then Nick Patrick counts 1, 2, 3. A regular count, not a fast count, not a slow count, nothing. Just a regular count. Hogan wins the match. But then, here's the funny part. Bret Hart, who had just joined WCW because he had been screwed at the Survivor Series in the WWE the month prior, he grabs the timekeeper's hammer so that he can't ring the bell. And he tells Nick Patrick, hey, that was a fast count. But here's the funny part. It wasn't a fast count. See, this is the ridiculousness of WCW starting to show in front of the cameras. Like, this was, many people believe, the beginning of the end of WCW. Because this is your main event on your pay-per-view. Bret Hart is saying it's a fast count. He won't let the timekeeper ring the bell. But it wasn't a fast count. Everybody just saw Hogan beat Sting 1, 2, 3 in a terrible match. So now Bret Hart is going to be the referee for this match because he knocks out the referee Nick Patrick, who actually didn't do anything wrong in front of the cameras, because there was a miscommunication, obviously, between Nick Patrick and whoever was supposed to give him the correct finish, because whatever happened wasn't supposed to happen that way. Then all these members of the NWO come out. Sting starts hitting stinger splashes on Hogan. But if I'm watching this and I don't know all this backstory, it's looking like Hulk Hogan is getting screwed because he just won the match 1, 2, 3 with the leg drop fair and square. And now it looks like they're trying to rob him from being the champion. Then Sting puts Hogan in the Scorpion Deathlock, aka the sharpshooter, and Hogan verbally gives up. He doesn't even tap out. And Sting is now the new world champion. Bret Hart tells the timekeeper to ring the bell. Wow. I mean, this is how you put over the top babyface in the company? That is ridiculous. You made Sting look ridiculous here. Wow. If you don't think politics can ruin wrestling, watch this match. And by the way, I give this match a 1 out of 5. And honestly, that's being generous. But I give it a 1 out of 5 mainly because it's hilarious how politics infected this match, where there's not a fast count, there's just a regular count. And then Hogan doesn't even tap out, he verbally gives up. Hogan is the bad guy, but it looks like he's the one getting screwed. Unbelievable. Anyway, the wrestling in this match is terrible across the board. It's just awful. I cannot believe this was the main event of Starrcade. And like I said, it's only worth watching to see how bad WCW was about to become. Even though WCW did have entertaining television throughout 1998, and honestly, I enjoyed Nitro and Thunder even when the company was supposedly bad, because sometimes it was so bad it was good. But it certainly wasn't worth paying for a pay-per-view, which I never bought a WCW pay-per-view. I never went to a WCW live event. And this match is kind of an example of why. WCW sucks.